So how was your past life regression?
So the first life I went into was in 1810 in California, which
Mm,
I've surprised me because I've never had any connection to America before. And I was a farmer's wife. I was 48 years old.
mm,
My name was Juliet, and my husband's name was John. We were farming corn, and it was generations of family on this farm. Or I would call it a farm being in Australia, but I
mm,
guess in America it's a plantation. And there was just so many, there was brothers and sisters from both sides and their children, and it was just so much family all around. And there was children, and then throughout the life there was grandchildren. There was a big kitchen with a big long table, which is interesting because we actually have a big long wooden table in our house, which we fill with all family, obviously. Um, and a big stone kitchen, like it had a stone wall where the big stove was. And everyone worked the farm, and we were all quite happy. We were all content because that was our community. There was lots of love, um, obviously a lot of hard work, but the higher learning, which was interesting when I asked what the higher learning was, because I've been saying to my husband, our lives are very busy with children and work and everything else we have on. And I keep saying to him, oh, I would just love to go off somewhere into the mountains and just isolate for a while. And we quite often talk about he's from the UK, from going to Scotland and just being out in nowhere. And we say it like, oh, how nice would it be? But we would never do it because we have such a big family here. But my higher learning was be careful what you wish for. If you keep longing for isolation, then that's what you're going to get. And you're going to miss out on all the joy and the love and the connection that comes with being part of a big family.
mhm.
So the second lifetime that I saw was in Amsterdam, 1915. It was a 20-year-old male called Pedro,
Mm.
and I worked as a law clerk. When I actually first saw him, he was on his bicycle pedaling to work, and then he had to do a U-turn because you told him to go back home. So then I saw him racing up the stairs of the apartment to an apartment, which was quite a small little apartment. And there was on the couch was his elderly mother who he looked after, and it was just the two of them.
Mhm.
And then um, later on in life, he was quite successful in his business or his work, but he never had any family. His mother had died, and he never got married. He never had children. Just random strangers filtering through his life, and the only connections he had was a few close friends through work. Um, and the higher learning obviously was that is the other side
Yeah,
of um, you know
yep.
living an isolated life or a life without making those connections.
Mm,
So it was very interesting.
mm.